Om Namo Narayanaya.
Jnana 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 Vilasoyam Jnana Jnane cha pashyati Jnana Jnane parityajya Jnanamevavashishyate. Together. So it is said, whatever you see, this is nothing but the play. Play means it is all, example is a movie which you see on the screen. So that is called as a play of all different characters, and it is only a thought of one person which is expressed as a story. So that is called as a play. Here it is said, Ayam Jnana Ajnana Vilasaha. This whole whatever we see is the play of both, what it calls as knowledge and ignorance. It is a play of knowledge and ignorance. Then it is said, it is seen how, then it is said, it is seen jnana ajnane. In the knowledge and ignorance alone it is seen. So, one who is doing anvaya vyatireka, then that is said, having parityajya, that means having given up. What? Jnana ajnane, both knowledge and ignorance, one who gives up, jnanam eva avashishyati. So what is the method? Again, the anvaya vyatireka is a method. So what is the method? How to apply this method? First statement, this is all play of knowledge and ignorance. So we have to ask the question. When you ask the question, what is the method? It is called as enquiry. Without the question, you cannot enquire. Example, like if you do not know which terminal your flight is coming, so you have to enquire. Then having gone there, then you say, oh, I have got the boarding pass, but which is my gate from where I should board? Then you go and enquire. So it's called as enquiry. Then you get the answer. So similarly, in the path of knowledge, there is always an enquiry. What is that? Enquiry. So this is an enquiry. So first here, what is the enquiry of us? It is said this whole whatever we see is a play of knowledge and ignorance. So first and foremost, now one has to understand what is this whole world. So this whole world is called as creation. Okay? This is called as creation. How is this creation? So then we can understand from our previous study that the creation is because of the Daivi power, which is called as the divine power of the Supreme Self. What is this power? This power is called as Maya. This power is called as Maya. Then how this Maya creates this world? So Maya is creating this world because of the power of consciousness. So the power of consciousness, which is actually the substratum of the whole universe. This is the first point. Then what is this whole world? It is nothing but the reflection of that self-consciousness. Brahmaivaham jagatcha sakalam Chinmatra vistaritam Sarvam etad avidyaya trigunaya Ashesham maya kalpitam. This is all own my creation. Who is this? Who is am I? Whose creation? My mental creation. So my world, what is your world? My experiences is my world. Remove your experiences and tell me what is your world. Remove your experiences from your mind and now you tell me what is your world. So without experience, there is nothing called as a world. Ask the question, which experience is permanent and real? So we have got the experiences because of our mental projection or because of our mental status, and all experiences are impermanent in nature. Then that means, how is this nature of the whole world? That is also impermanent. Because how are we getting experiences in the world? So all the experiences which are impermanent are because of something which is impermanent. So now just imagine, all this is called as knowledge. Right? All this is called as knowledge, which we are now trying to negate one thing. And with the knowledge we can negate one thing. So this is one knowledge. And what is ignorance? That ignorance where we consider experience as real. So then which is the world which I am projecting? The world of joy and sorrow. Think, is there anything other than joy and sorrow in your mind as a world? Ultimate experience of everything is joy and sorrow. Ultimate experience. So that's for we are continuously craving for. So understand, this is ignorance, that which is impermanent, which actually does not have any basic or independent substratum or independent existence, and therefore this is out of ignorance. So what we have seen first, one level of knowledge and ignorance. Then another level of knowledge and ignorance is, I know I have ignorance. Yes or no? Who knows? I am ignorant. Swamiji, I am not ignorant. So when who says I am not ignorant, then it shows what it is. Okay, so I know I am ignorant. In which light I know? The light of knowledge I know. Like that of the clouds. How do you know the clouds? In the light of sun, I know there is a cloud or there are clouds. In the same way, in the light of consciousness, that is called as in the light of knowledge, I know my ignorance. Now this is called as another level of ignorance, and where this person is not now a complete ignorant, where he is running continuously towards the object, but it has got some awareness with that person. So when with the next level of the Anvaya Vyatireka Bhyam, that means Anvaya Vyatireka, now go ahead. What is to be dropped and for what it is to be dropped, if this question is to be answered. So example is sleep. If I have to go to the deep sleep state, should I have to drop everyone from my life or not? Yes, I have to drop everyone, remove all the thought of everyone from my life. That means my mind. If one thought remains, can I sleep? One thought does not allow me to sleep. Therefore, I have to give up all the thoughts. So when I give up all the thoughts, that means thoughts are only because of the object, people and situations. Yes or no? That means I have to actually give up all object, all situations and everyone as a person. And then only I can reach to that sleep which is called as deep sleep. Similarly, here also I have to give this both, which is called as a support to reach to that supreme, is the knowledge. Support to reach to the supreme is the knowledge. That knowledge also I have to give up. And that knowledge which was showing a sort of called as I-ness and minus. What is the last thing which remains? I-ness, minus. If you drop I-ness and minus, what remains? So, you alone. So this is how Anvaya Vyatireka is the only way of reaching to the self. That is called as the supreme. That is the first one must understand. For every seeker, let us ask the question, wherever you have experienced anything and that experience is disturbing you, you should ask the question, why is this disturbance? Why is this disturbance? Then answer comes, if we are honest, because I am expecting something and that something is not happened and therefore there is a disturbance. Who is expecting? Another question. I am expecting. Now another question. Who is this I? Then you have now centered, cornered that I. Hey, you are ego. Cut asunder. You have to corner that ego, and then only you can actually cut it asunder. With what? Then it is only one asangatena. Asanga. Who is this asanga? Are, I am a sangha. My nature is a sangha. I have no connection to anyone. I am not attached to anyone. Oh, is it so? Yes, it is that. Next. Now, this asangata is explained beautifully here. Atyanta malino dehaha dehi chatyanta nirmalam asangohamiti jnatva shauchametat prachakshate. Together, atyanta malino dehaha Now it is said, this dehaha atyanta malinaha. The body is how? Is extremely impure, it is dirty. But do you know, Dehi Atyanta Nirmalaha. This Dehi, one who is the controller of this body, is absolutely pure. Iti jnatva. Having known this, I have understood my own nature is asangaha. And when I have understood that my nature is asangaha, then where is a dirt possible? No possibility of any dirt, because dirt cannot reach me. Now, one has to understand again, when the question is asked in this enquiry that who is this Dehi? So then this Dehi is called as Jiva Atma. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra na muhyati. So Bhagavan is telling in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, there is a Deha and there is a Dehi. That means there is one who is embodied self. Means in the body there is someone who is called as the controller or the owner of this body, embodied self. So that self is completely distinct than this body. This body is how? So it is said in this verse, it is absolutely impure. But how is the nature of this Dehi? It is completely pure. How is it so? Having taken this place, which is called as, you are the controller, you are inside the body, then the body is impure. How can you be pure? This is an enquiry. So therefore, one has to understand as if it is there. As if it is there. Where? Inside. So now the example one has to put this. This space is called as inner space because of the conditioning of the wall, and that is called as an outer space. So now ask the question, is this space and that space different? Now you do anything here. What? Bring a smoke machine and create a smoke everywhere. Now what will happen to the space? Will it get tainted by the smoke? Why? Because its nature is asanga. Because it is unattached. Nothing can touch it. Oh, now similar is the self, which appears as if it is inside outside. As if it appears it is inside outside. But though it appears as inside, it is actually not inside. Why? Because there is nothing called as inside, outside. This Deha is in self. You got it, this point? Example is, as we are all in space. This body is in space. Got it? It is in space. And the space is inside also. Right? So, from which standpoint? Because the space is one element and this body is made up of 5 elements, and therefore it is inside outside. But self is such which is not a part of 5 elements. Yes or no? Self is not the part of 5 elements. So, self is a substratum of all the 5 elements. Why? Because it's the subtlest of the subtle. So it is subtler than the space. So space is where? Space is in the self. Where is the space? It is in the self. Now where is the body? Where is the body? Here. So here means this body is in the self. My God. Who is this self? I am that self. In whom all the bodies are moving. Which way? As all the bodies are in the space, but space is unattached to anything. Why? Because it's his nature. Similarly, my nature is asanga. Therefore, I am not impure, and nothing can make me impure. My God, nothing. If I touch a dirt, then you touch dirt or you touch perfume, nothing can touch you. That is the nature of every one of us. Let us contemplate. Close your eyes. Understand every text of Vedanta is taking us to our true nature. Methods are different. Here it is beautifully explained with the inquiry, that is, with the method of Anvaya Vyatireka, that is called as assertion and negation. You will come to that reality, that truth. Having done the enquiry, in today's session, we could reach to the self by refuting everything that which is all around. Even though things are there, even though creatures are there, even though elements are there, but nothing can touch me, because though all of them are there in me, I am not in them at all. I am a Sangha. I am completely pure. No dirt can touch me. No ever things of the world can reach me too. I am the Supreme Self, one without the second. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let us bow down at the feet of the Supreme Universal Power. Our gratitude at His feet for giving us this knowledge and beautiful time. Let us pray for everyone, for their betterment and well-being. Let us rub our hands together, create a nice warmth, put them on your eyes, give a good gentle massage. Again bring them in Namaskar position. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Om Namo Narayana